Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fred Sounds, where we're playing more Monster Hunter World. I don't really remember what we did last episode. The only thing I know now is that my body has decided to become sick, so there'll probably be a little bit less energy in this episode, but I still really wanted to record, so there we are. Let's see, Don Monstro. Off camera, I got the bits that I needed from the various monsters. So we can now upgrade some of the weapons. I also got another hero coin off camera, because I needed another one for another weapon that I missed entirely. God, it's painful. Ooh. Alright, there's a couple of other things that we're going to be doing, including, but not limited to, getting the Fest tickets to get the guild weapons.
A witcher.
Or the guild weapon. So we're going to go and start with that one. It's going to require me to do this quest over here, 50 Shades of White. So we're going to be doing this quest, getting that particular weapon sorted out, and then we're going to go and unlock my master rank to see how far I am in the master rank. Really hope that I'm either at 100 or close to, because otherwise this is not going to be a fun experience. God, I'm so far away. But it's not enough. Right. Also, to get that other hero coin, I had to fight, you know, Velkana again. And yeah, it went as you would expect it to go. I tried fighting her with the charge blade, but I've not played with a charge blade in a long time, and the charge blade that I have been playing has been in GU, so it's slightly different. That and the build is just horrible, so at least it's kind of horrible to me. And thus I decided to swap it to dual blades, because they are the simplest to figure out in terms of their Iceborne mechanics. I should have jumped to a different body part. That's a lot of stamina I just lost. It's fine though. But yeah, I could have done this at like Master Rank 7 or whatever. Basically once I defeated Barioth, I'm fairly certain. Which is crazy that I did not notice that. The thing is, it was like a rarity 10 weapon or whatever, so I was thinking like, oh, that means that it'll be a while before I can get it, you know? But yeah, no. I could get it fairly early, actually. Which I find very unfortunate, because I do really try to stay on top of these things. But I can guarantee you, for the next one I'm going to be doing, I'm actually going to be, like, actively making a list. That's kind of my idea. Because if I don't make something along those lines, I will most likely run into the same issue. Buddy, why are you flying so much suddenly? Let me grab some of these scatter nuts, eh? Why is he jumping so much? Does he always jump this much? I don't remember that. Yeah, the guild weapons are definitely some of my favorites from, like, the base game, I would say. What am I saying, base game? Some of my, like, favorites in terms of design. So I'm really looking forward to having one of these right now. Not gonna lie. Wow, that was just beautiful. Also, swapping from using the dual blades earlier to the Greatsword now is quite a little change. Not going to lie. Where does one go to avoid that, huh? Gonna shoot a freaking tornado at me. Why are you over there? I also, off camera, looked up the order in which different things release. So now I also have that information. Because we are going to try and do these things in order of when they were released. I hate how much range that has. Both him, like both Barioth and Nargoga have this same freaking model, and it's so annoying. Okay, still I got hit with a beautiful frostbite. Or ice blight. Whatever. Why? Oh, that's it. Definitely. I'm not in. Feels like really crazy when I like do an overhead slime like that on the monster and kill it, because it really feels like I just beheaded the monster. I really hope this shit goes away. I hate it so much. I basically got like at the end, like at the very end of my my nose, like to the point that it like connects to my throat. There, it's like really just feels like I have like fucking sandpaper in my throat. Every single time I swallow or do anything, it hurts. But I can't really do much else. And it's not like, you know... It's just annoying. It's something I have to get used to. But the more I just like let it basically take over everything, the worse it gets, so... Do not give in.
There you are, Fiver.
Right, let's also go and make the dragon bone stuff now. Okay. So that we can make the Sharaj Valda weapon. Here it is. I am missing an Amber Heart Fang. That is annoying. Let's go and do this. And we got our Sharaj Valda weapon. Nice. There's now also the guild pile of stuff down here. But I already have everything I need for that, so I just need to go and get those other things. Which is unfortunate, to say the least. So what kind of element is this weapon? No elements, just raw. It's fucking raw. Okay. And we are going for this one instead. Nice. Look at that shit. Look at that beautiful blade. Let's call it shower. Let's go and check the decorations for a second. So what do we have on this? Almost max crit eye. Okay. I have an expert jewel, so I can make it be max. Let's also go and get that fortitude in. There we go. That ought to do it. There we go. Good. Alright, I need to fight another Frostfang. Not another Barioth, not Frostfang. Frostfang is for quite a bit later. Oh. Apparently, my bone sword. Apparently, I changed my bone sword to the Volcana blade. Whoopsie. Where's my elementless? I'll take it from this guy. There we go. Okay. The Volcana, do I have a different? Yes, I do. What the fuck? What the heckins? What the hecky? Okay. Well. Let's go and swap to the bone. And now we're gonna go and fight ourselves another Barioth. Right. Now we can make the Guild Palace blade.
Oh.
As is what I wanted. A beautiful, beautiful piece of gear. Where are you? Guess you've got one more upgrade. It was right there. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing. Right, let's go and make a set for that, which I think is just normal set. Yep. I also forgot to give the Shara its own color. Let's go and get that going. So this is like a kind of pinkish. Pink and yellowish. Let's see. So kind of like orange to a certain degree. Brighter. Maybe? No, a little bit less bright. Or maybe a little more towards the red. A little more saturation? No, less saturation. And then brighter? Yeah. Hello. I held my shift key in. There we go. Let's go and swap over to this one for a second and fix a couple of things. With this, like the color, just going to have to be, ooh, a blue or a gold. I mean, I like myself some blue, so needs to be this type of blue, and then we have to change some stuff because it needs to be darker for sure. A little more saturated. I think that works. Yeah. Actually, no, it doesn't work. It's a bit even darker. Because this color is definitely still darker. Needs to be more dark blue then. Less saturation, more brightness. How am I gonna get this fucking color? I feel like it's somewhere in the middle of saturation. Why can't I? Why am I having so many difficult? Wait, maybe I can use one of these colors to get closer to what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is closer to what I need. Let's see. I think I want to be like a little bit brighter. Yeah, there we go. That's the one. I've also got decorations. I'm missing a jumping on this. Yeah, sure. What else? I mean, I could also just throw in the expert gem. I think I'm going to go with jumping though, because I do like it quite a lot. Right, there we go. Nice. Right. Good. There are a couple of things though that I'm thinking about finding a replacement for though. Stuff like the Astral Scarf, you know? Because the Astral Scarf gives me Divine Blessing, but... I mean, the nice thing is the 3 freaking slots. That's the nice thing. If I were to maximum upgrade these gloves, I would get 178 defense out of this. Okay. So it would be on par with some of these later ones. This thing has critical boost on it though, but it does require some stuff which is not particularly easy to get. There's a weakness exploit and heat card over here. Recovery up, but I don't really care too much about that on this build. I'm also looking at the slots though. Would like to have something that has 3 slots. Stun res. Stun res is actually, ironically, very good. I'm a little bit unsure, honestly. I mean, yeah, now we're back in, like, rarity 9. I wanted to check out the higher rarity things. And see if there was anything in here that I would like. But not really. Closest thing I can get to this is this one over here. Best recovery up instead of Divine Blessing, so no. There's still going to be more stuff unlocked though, so that won't really be an issue. Alright, so with that now done, we need to go and do... Well, I just rolled a randomizer and it gave me 1. So we're going to be using this set. So I do want to upgrade these at some point, maybe. I'm still not sure if how I'm going to be dealing with the upcoming stuff. It totally depends on like what kind of gear I can get from other sources. But let's begin with getting my master rank uncapped. Because if we can get this going, we can then see which new monsters we can fight. I'm gonna take some energy drinks with me to deal with the sleep. I do not need Jagged Steel at the moment, since we're not doing this for any loot. So let's go for the Choral Orchestra. Let's roll. So I'm thinking about like doing this particular thing, and then we've got the Guiding Lance, which has a lot of stuff in it that needs to be checked. We've got Lunastro to kill, which we haven't seen at all, because it only appears in the Guiding Lance, I think. I think that's the only way you can fight the Master rank. I need to look up... I had like a really good wiki for Master rank. Sorry, for Guiding Lance. Should see if I can find that one. Let me go first make you angry, because you're going to war. And I'm going to tenderize. Preferably as much as I can. Freaking spin is insane. The reason why I'm doing this is to get as much part damage as I can from doing a flint shot. I'll just ignore that other thing. Where am I? Yet again, I can't see where I am because Clutch Paw is bad. Okay. I'm pressing the button in the direction of where my character should be going, but unfortunately it really doesn't matter. Also this. Oh. Let me go and drink this. And this. And it's finally knocked around the second floor. Let me go and get this. That may have been a little bit too... I mean, that may have been a little bit overkill, I'm not gonna lie. Don't think I needed to tenderize all of those bits. Takes a lot of effort to tenderize all those, so I feel like it's maybe not really worth it. They are really skilled at just like moving a millimeter out of the way. They really programmed these monsters to be like this. That or I'm just extremely unlucky and stupid. Which I think is the more likely case, unfortunately. Also, energy drinks really aren't that useful if you can't, like, you know... If you can't drink them in time before the attack rolls in. Hello? Okay. For being a monster, a tempered monster quest, getting no decorations is quite something. Oh no. Am I really only at fucking 62?
Let's do this.
That is much lower than I thought I would be.
How you doing?
Well. That's awkward. Oh yeah, that's right, so Ogre is a monster that I could technically fight. And the same as with Jan Garuga. So I can fight Jan Garuga and Zenogre. Okay. But at the same time I also really feel like I shouldn't be recording. Well, now that I in any case know that my hunter rank or my master rank is fucked, to the point where I'm going to need to do a lot of grinding to get that stuff to go up. Now originally I had the idea of basically like using layered armor, or like getting the layered armor and connecting those all to these sets over here. That was the original idea. However, I would need to like make specific things and then like loadout over here. You can make a different loadout. So then I'd have to go into 2 menus and equip both of these things to get the fucking to get the layered armor to work. While it would not necessarily be a bad idea, I'm not sure if it would be a good idea either. I'm not going to lie. At least now I do know.
That reminds me.
I don't think I have the augment option available yet. No, I don't. Okay. In terms of layered armor, we should now also have... Okay, no, we don't. I need to actually go into the guiding lens and get some bits. Okay. I know what I need to do now, and this is perfect for me to do off camera while I'm chilling and getting over my being sick. So, for now, I'm going to be pausing it here. Which is a very good idea, because this is not the quality that I should be delivering. Even though the quality is questionable to begin with, but whatever. So, the thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go into the guiding lens, try and get all the layered armor for all of these sets. And then we are going to go and... like at the same time I'll be getting a lot of different things from the guiding lens. But more importantly... I'm gonna be getting that layered armor. No, the most important thing is getting the master rank up. That is the absolute most important thing to do. I also have stuff like the... well, we have stuff like, you know, the charm that I have, the focus charm that I want to upgrade. There's the Lunastra that I have to go and find in the guiding lens. Although I think Lunastra is going to be locked behind something else. All of these bones over here, they're all from Zora Mag, like they're all from the guiding lens to upgrade Zora Magdaros as a weapon. Let's see what else is there on this list still. This is from a monster we haven't fought yet. This is from a Rathalos variation we haven't fought yet. This is from a quest that we're going to do a little bit later. Because this has been released like later in the patch cycle. This is from... Well, this is the upgrade to, you know, Nergigante's weapon, so it's from Ruinous Nergigante. And these are from Zenogre. So, with all that information in mind, I'm going to stop recording now, and I'm going to be grinding a hell of a lot, and maybe also checking to see if there's anything I want to change about my armor, but I don't really think I do. But I'll see. There's some... I definitely want to upgrade some of my armor, that's for sure. That's for damn sure, like... Although they all seem to be around the same, like, defense. This is the thing that annoys me about this. It's the fact that this is all still very similar in defense. Like 156, it's like only 10 defense points more. So I really don't know if that's going to make much of a difference. Mind you, I don't have maximum vitality though, which is one thing that like usually is recommended. Nah, we'll see. There's stuff to be done. And I can thankfully do most of it off camera. And then I can get over and be... Yes. Can get over being sick, which would be very nice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Actually, this is not the end of the episode. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back after a week of being sick. I'm still sick, but I'm not as sick as I used to be. So, the biggest issue I'm currently having is that I cannot hear things very well. But other than that, we're all good. As you can see, I did fight as an ogre off camera. So there's a couple of things that happened. I basically wanted to rework a lot of my armor sets. Because I could. So that is also what I've done. One of the things I've changed, which is one of the bigger things, is instead of the focus charm, I now have the evasion charm instead. I know that I'm going to need... Well, having a high evade window is going to be handy at some point. So I'm working towards upgrading this thing even further. And if you're wondering how I get my focus, I managed to get some charger decorations, like a charge of vitality and charge of protection, for instance, which is pretty dang good. Then I also decided to go for critical element on any gear set that has element on it. I've off camera learned that there's an even more powerful version of it, gotten from the materials of one of the upcoming monsters. So it's another thing I'll be doing. Not gooning. I'll be doing. So yeah, excuse me But this is still like a part of the sick episode, so I think I'm just gonna call this like the get down with the guiding sickness or whatever. It's probably gonna be the name of this episode. So the other thing I did was I got the guiding lands to a collective. Wait, did? Jesus Christ! I thought that's something in my controller. Like I thought a piece of my controller was missing. So I got the guiding lands to a collective 12 levels. Together with having my master rank at 99 and beyond that. And that will unlock the ability to fight Ruiner nor Gigante, which will then unlock the guiding lens' final level 7, which will allow me to get the materials to upgrade to the evasion charm. That's also the thing that was basically holding me back from continuing to record. Mind you, in between that entire shtick and this, there's still quite some stuff left. So there's multiple ways you can go about finding these monsters. You can find them in the guiding lands, but they're like area dependent, and there's a couple of other dependencies on it, and it's not fun. So I'm just going to be using the events over here to fight the monsters instead. So yeah, let's just go. I already fought as an ogre, but let's go and just fight another one, just for the sake of showing you guys what an ogre is like. Wait a second though, actually. Before we continue, I do want to see if this is the one for Ruiner nor Gigante.
Already, huh?
Okay, it is for Ruiner nor Gigante. Okay. Because I also know... Oh.
Do you have a minute?
Yeah, there it is. There's also a quest for the Jan Garuga specifically. There we go. Now I have what I need. So the idea for the rest of this episode is to try and beat all of the monsters left on my list. Which may not go as well as I'm hoping it will go. In terms of like, I'm not sure if I can finish it within the hour that I kind of have. I forgot to eat. Let's fix that. Let's go out there. Yeah, it's been interesting. I've been doing some research on different things and what kind of builds are worth it going for and what not. Just kind of like knowing some of the statistics, you know? Like the crit element, like normally your elemental damage does not get multiplied with a crit. And crit element just makes it so that it does. That is all it really does. But there's also like high crit element, which is just a better version of it. With, I would think, a better armor set than the Volcano armor set. So that should probably give me some better options. At least I hope so. But we'll have to see. But I kind of want to get all these monsters done so I can do all of this grinding off camera, because I really don't feel like I need to subject you guys to all of that. That, and also I'm still kind of sick, so... Holy shit, this guy's big. Oh, balls. I just put myself to sleep. But I think he's an ogre too. He's an EP boy in an EP world. Alright, in terms of Zenogre and his weak points, his horns are a weak point and can be broken twice. His forearms are a weak point and can be broken once. His tail, I think at the very end of the tail is a weak point. But the tail can also be severed. So. And you can also break the back, but that is a little bit more difficult to do. At least I've found that to be the case. Also, when Zenogre is lying on the floor, when you knock it down, you can use a capture net to grab the Fulgur box from its back. Which is pretty cool. Basically, it has like this charging mode that it goes into. And you should try to interrupt it if you can, because if you don't, then Zenogre's gonna start to... Well, he's gonna fully charge up, and then you're gonna have a bad time. Also, Zenogre is the only monster that I've, like, really fought again in this game. So any other of these monsters except for Ruiner Gigante, I've not fought in this game again since I initially did my playthrough. Which has been, well, a couple of months ago at this point. Dang it. God dang, my nose! Honestly though, the fact that I'm like this jovial and the fact that my nose is my only issue right now, and that and not being able to hear properly, I mean, that's already a win compared to what I was going through the rest of the week, I'm not gonna lie. At least I'm no longer in pain. Because that was the biggest issue. I was just in constant pain. Come on. Hell yeah. All that effort to miss. Oh, I missed. Just immediate turf war. Just turn around immediately. Thank you, Engine F. You got in the way and you made him angry. Well, not angry, you made him charge up. Because there's still a difference between two, although they do tend to be connected. If he's angry, he's usually charged, or will almost immediately charge himself. And if you then knock him out of the charge state, he'll stop being angry, so... They definitely do seem to be connected. Unfortunately, the tenderizing on his claws has disappeared now. That's not so nice. The Ancient Half is here again. My favorite type of monster attack. I'm gonna walk into you. Or even better, I'm gonna roar and then some other monster's going to hit you instead. The other thing I've been trying to go for is stun res and also like blight resistance. Although with the current elemental builds, that doesn't really work out that way, unfortunately. Because of the part where I need two parts from Volcana. And I just don't have enough stuff. I do not have enough slots, I don't have enough, like... I don't have enough of a lot of stuff. I need to rebuild a lot of stuff, so... If I want to make that happen. So yeah, this over here is a moment where you could grab the Fulgur Bucks from his back. If you ever specifically need Fulgur Bucks, you should just go for that one instead of going for the full kill. Unless if you want to go for the full kill, of course. Another thing, when Zenogre is charged, he will not be able to be trapped by a shock trap. Which makes a lot of sense, I would say, but you know. Sense doesn't help a lot of the time. There's a lot of stuff in this game that's kind of nonsense anyway, so... So I don't have, like, a lot of these things I don't have max stun immunity, but I do have... Is it? Wait. Okay, this one is an exception. It depends, actually, yeah, it just totally depends on the armor pieces. Because I didn't want to fight, like, another, didn't want to fight another... what's her name? Didn't want to fight another Volcana. God, I hate this. It just got me stuck on this stupid ass freaking jelly. Are you serious? How did you manage to avoid that? Damn it. Can you stop being so problematic for 2 fucking seconds? I have noticed that I don't like fighting Zenogre in this game too much. I like fighting him in GU more. But I think a part of why I like to fight certain monsters more in GU is, I think, because of one, they are usually more simple to deal with. They're less complicated. And also, Charge Blade in GU is great. Damn it, I missed. Just the charge shield in GU is just ridiculous. If I charge my shield to the right charge level, you just you can just block anything at that point. Let me see if I can ride his tail. I wouldn't mind having that tail. Now this is OST is still very good. That is definitely an improvement in this game as opposed to GU. Not saying that soundtrack in GU is bad by any means, but the world just kind of hits different. Yeah, if every monster was going to take me about 15 minutes, which I would definitely expect it to take about that long, probably longer. Chances are very high, actually, that it's going to be longer. Then I'm fairly certain that we are not going to be able to fight all of the monsters in this episode. But I may just make the episode longer then, honestly. I do want to defeat them all in this recording so I can do all that other grinding. I want to keep improving these sets. And it just sounds like a perfect way to keep myself busy while I'm sick, because being sick sucks ass. Can't do shit. At least not as much as I want to do. Which is funny because I tend to be a guy who doesn't spend too much energy in anything. I'm a guy who enjoys the idea of not spending energy. I like how I say that when I do like the most insane fucking shit. Where people are like, why are you putting this much effort into this? The answer is yes. Ah, balls. Let's just go and get that one. Let me go remove that Thunder Blight, because I've also been like in silence kind of preparing myself for 2 encounters that I've never beaten before. But that I know are very hard because I've never beaten them before. And I'm kind of preparing myself for that a little bit. That's why I'm starting to make sets with blight resistance on it. And also evade window. They who know, they know about which monsters you can probably make use of both of those. One starts with an F, the other starts with an A. Probably the two hardest encounters in the game, so. And not really meant to be soloed. I've also learned, but I think I already talked about this before, but I've also learned that, you know, I need to fight Safijiva. I think Safijiva is available right now, but at a certain point we may run into the situation where Safijiva is not going to be available. For like, you know, 2 weeks. And at that point I'm unsure what I'm going to be doing. Unless if I can get materials from Safijiva by doing a scouting mission. I probably won't be able to get that then until that changes. And then I may just leave it as is, and depending on how things go, I may very well just leave this run on hold and start the next one. Although I don't think it's going to be... I don't really think it's going to be that simple, because I still have to beat, you know, the rest of the monsters and get their gear. Which can be quite a problem, considering the fact that one of those is Fatalis and the other one is Elatric. Who both have their own special type of hell. But I'm definitely willing to give him a good shot. Once again, if I feel like I can't properly beat them, fuck. If I feel like I can't properly beat them on my own, I will most likely go for, like, trying to look for people to fight them in multiplayer and beat them that way. I do want to beat them and get their weapons. That is something I really want to do. If I can't do that, I will be very sad. Because that kind of goes against, like, the entire run. And those two seem like the ultimate challenge anyway, to see if I've actually learned anything about fighting with these weapons. Because these runs are like, you know, they're multifaceted. They are there so I can get all the weapons, because I like getting all weapons in games, and like I love weapon and armor design. Even though this game doesn't have the best armor and weapon design. Oh, I mean, like, the armor's good, because they're all like fairly different, but it's their weapons that are just really disappointing, but whatever. That's a talk for another day. But I would find it very unfortunate if I couldn't get the, if I couldn't get all the weapons. I have no idea what the fuck is happening, by the way. I'm just like... I'm just trying to hit Zenogre, but he's really making it difficult for me. There we go. No more charge. And also, no more Angie. As you can see, he got angry when it was charged up, and then he stopped being angry once I knocked him out of it. So they are very much connected. There we go. He's almost dead. Omae wa mou shindairu noni. Okay, I'm gonna caption that. On the guiding lines, I tend to go for killing because I don't want to waste any traps. And I'm not, like, you know, making any new stuff when I'm in the guiding lines usually. So I just tend to kill him. That's also why my cat's on healing duty. Because I don't want to use up any materials, because I don't really make any of them. Although I don't know how it works. I think it's like a certain amount of time that you spend in the guiding lines on an expedition will allow time in the camp to move forward one step. So you probably do work towards something, but it's complicated. Okay. So remember I was saying, like, you know, if you need Fulgur bugs, you should go and, you know, get those. Well, you see, I do kind of need Fulgur bugs, so that's awkward. But that's fine. I don't mind that too much. I'll just fight another Zenogre, knock him on his ass, and get Fulgur bugs. I will show you why I need this. Because I did take a look at this stuff off camera. So, we have the Zenogre armor set, which gives you latent power secret. Get power prolonger, critical boost on the hat, latent power and normal shots, recovery, speed, and latent power. Power prolonger, and thunder attack. And thunder attack 3, and more latent power. So, you know, this wouldn't be too bad for a thunder attack upgrade, kind of. It's kind of a problem, though, with the elemental attack stuff. Because in theory, if you have the Kirin gauntlets and the pants over here, then I would have this be Velkhana, this would be Velkhana, or well, the hat, whatever. Like, it's possible, but nah. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I've already changed everything once. I'm not gonna change everything again. Anyway, this is what it looks like, and it looks pretty good. This Ogre set is pretty nice. Right, one more thing that is a thing is my single weapon that is still only rarity 9, and that is because it required a Zinogre bits to upgrade even further, which is a pretty hefty little upgrade. However, and here comes the kicker, I need a single filigree pack, and I was hoping I would just get it. Yeah, that was a foolish mistake. So I'm just going to add this to the list. But yeah, I'm going to do that one off camera. That's just like a straight upgrade anyway. Let me go and randomize again. I've also decided, like, if there's a weapon that I really just... that's just really not good enough anymore, I'm just not going to be using it. But I guess it depends, really. There's a lot of little things in there. I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused as to what I want to do. Okay. So we're running another fire build. This time against Jan Garuga. Like, I have not fought Jan Garuga in this game since my initial initiation, I guess. Is this an unassigned one? Yes. In the Guiding Lands. There are 2 versions of this monster though. There is a version, like, it's kind of weird. It's like the only monster that does this. So you've got Jan Garuga, and then you've got a scarred Jan Garuga, which is the tempered version. So a tempered Jan Garuga will always be scarred Jan Garuga, and it has its own drops. So I'm fairly certain that I will need to, well, not really. There's an armor set. I don't think there's a weapon from Jan Garuga for, like, as a Greatsword version. I'm not sure. But I don't think so. So in theory, I won't really need to care.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course I want to pick a fight with a Jan Garuga. Why wouldn't I want to pick a fight with a Jan Garuga? It's okay. Say hello to the hyperactive crazy chicken. So, yet again, this is another situation of I have not fought this guy since I played this game last. And the other version I fought of him is, you know, fucking the GU version, which is a pain in the ass, by the way. Thought I'd mention that little detail. An extreme pain in the ass. I hate this fucking guy in GU. So annoying. If I didn't have a shield in GU, this guy would be hell. It's fine though, I can experience him shieldless in this game instead. Either way. The head there, I'm not sure how it works in this game. But the head is a weak point, in any case. Oopsie. So the head is a weak point. The tail is not a weak point, but you can cut it. So you need to tenderize the tail. I think, like, the head is the only real weak point, honestly. Maybe the tip of the tail would also work, but I'm not 100% sure. His back is extremely tough. So are his wings. But you can break them, I think. But it's not going to be easy. But the face, I'm still unsure if you can break it 3 times. Because in GU, you could break the beak and both of the ears. Which were different hitboxes, basically. And also weak to different damage types. Is this guy... okay, it's fine now. Can you fuck off, dude? Go away. Flashing him when he's sleeping is not going to do anything. But I don't care about doing the TCS. I'm gonna miss it anyway. Ha! But yeah, one of the things this fucking chicken is known for is getting angry and being very fast when it gets angry. I think it also has toxic poison on it, so you need to watch out for the tail. Because it can and will poison. It also has like a run and bomb kind of move. And if you haven't noticed that quite yet, it does shoot fireballs too. It's basically like the nastier version of the Yankutku, which is another monster from the other Monster Hunter games. I don't like how gnarly this thing looks though. Like, I almost 100% understand why Garuga is in the Guiding Lands and why it's such like a late game monster for me in any case. Just like the presentation of the monster just gives me that like entire vibe. Even though in GU, the monster really wasn't that far into the game, so... I'll try to tenderize the face, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I mean, it will be if he does that move. Nice. Agitator's worn off. Okay. Really? I did all that effort to tenderize, only for him to then be like, yo, I'm gonna get stoned now. And tenderize a wing also. Dang it. I'm getting a hit though. Nope, I'm not. Fool, I have the high ground. There's a pretty powerful war down, which stuns you for a while. If you've got any earplugs, probably a good idea to have it for this. But I don't, so... And I'm not going to either. I refuse to get earplugs again. Just because I feel like it's such a waste of slots. I'm kind of wondering though, am I getting like Garuga materials, or am I only getting like the Guiding Lands version? I think it's Garuga materials because I'm technically in the Guiding Lands, but I'm also not reading the instance of the Guiding Lands, so... Oh yeah. The two friends have found each other again. Dang it, I pressed the... My Y button on my controller is not happy. This is what happens when you play too much Greatsword. The Y button on your controller dies. Really? You moved your head up, resulting in me not being able to fucking... That is such a Monster Hunter thing to have happen. Holy fuck. Hello? Why you have to be mad? It's just cat. There we go. Fucking Tsutsuyako is here again. Ah, miss. Idiot. I've also learned some things about elemental damage, but I'll have to do some more research about it. To know how I can utilize elemental damage and honestly to determine where, like, whether I should invest in the elemental damage or not. That's kind of the big thing. Because I was complaining in the beginning about, like, I want every build to be, like, unique, you know? Which is something that I still would like for it to be the case, but if I want them to be efficient, or if I want them to be good, the chances are very high that I cannot really get away with that, so... As a result, I will most likely have to still have a lot of sets being very similar to one another. Okay, I seem to remember why I couldn't properly break Yangaruga's back a lot of the time. It's because you cannot really tenderize the back. Also, I think I may have broken the... like that one wing that I re-tenderized now. I didn't expect that to be a thing. For some kind of reason, even though it has done this a couple of times already, I, for some kind of reason, did not expect Yangaruga to do that move again. Jesus Christ. Just like I remember you being, huh? I mean, just like GU, just a little bit faster. God dang it. It is definitely one of those monsters that does not sit still there. So if you're hoping for... Well, actually, in general, I think from this point over to you guys, if you've reached this point of the game and you're hoping for an easy hunt for any of the new monsters, do not. Simply do not hope for that, because you will be disappointed. Unfortunately not. Did I just break its back? I think I did. It's also no longer angry because it's fucking tired. Knocked the wind out of him. Like, yeah, I'm still unsure if it's... We've got more than one hit on this freaking face. Whatever. I'll check the hunting notes after this hunt. Just because I do want to know this. That is if the game tells me, mind you. Because it doesn't always tell you. It tells you when it's really important with, like, Kolf Tariff and stuff. Or I would say it's pretty important knowing that you can break the head twice. Or the horns, that you need to break it twice. Would you look at that? It immediately got angry again. Would have seen that one coming, eh? Couldn't be me. Nope, okay. I thought that... Did not expect him to shoot that fireball the way they did. Please, stop moving and die. Or be weakened to the point that you run away. Both would be very advantageous to me. God dang it. This movie, like this movie, what? This music does remind me of like a frantic freaking chicken, but it may just be me always thinking about this guy when I hear his music. But it does really sound like chicken music. Weirdly enough. Like I could see somebody play this music to like a video of his chicken going insane. His chicken having zoomies. Damn it. Pull this head back a little bit again. Damn, that did not knock him out of it, huh? Yes. Time to... Curse you, young Garuda. Curse you and your swift movements. And your random ass Rathian moveset. Let's just knock into the wall. I don't think I've actually damaged any of the wings. I don't really see any damage on them necessarily. It's not always as simple to see, so... How the fuck are you? I was about to say, you better fucking start running now. I've beaten the shit out of you. Leave. Alright, cool. That's a dead chicken. But yeah, you will need to fight the... well, if you're wondering what the difference is between like Scarred and normal, like Scarred has like a move or two extra. So it's technically a different monster, but it's also just a tempered young Garuga with a single extra move, I think. It's got like a move where it like goes up into the air. I think it flies a lot more too. I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to show that, if I don't need to. I don't really feel like it's that important, honestly. That's a unique sleeping animation. There we go. That is one less young Garuga in the world. Good. They don't belong in this world. But wait, there are more monsters on the list. My intent in this episode is to basically finish up all the monsters that were... like all of the normal monsters in the Guiding Lands. This way, this way I can also unlock my, the ability to go out and upgrade, you know, the evasion charm to max. I can maybe augment some stuff too if I feel like it. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna deal with that though, because I have so many different sets and augmenting all of them sounds like a... It sounds like a good way to make this run last 500 hours. But we'll see. Honestly. We'll see. What is this? Mind's Eye? No, Slider. Even worse. New Safari locales now available. So apparently that unlocks the Safari locales. That's interesting to know. Alright. Let me go and check out the bounty and then go to the research so I can check on my knowledge of Jan Garuga. There's also an event, which is like one of the reasons why I was able to change all of the stuff is because of the event and the ability to... the ability for me to get melding tickets now, which will allow me to get some more decorations. I also fought there's a tempered Zinogre investigation. That's why I fought so many Zinogres. It's a tempered Zinogre investigation that gives you a lot of decorations, and I was hoping to get some charger decorations. I just wasn't sure if the focus decorations were even a thing. Well, they are a thing. They're just late game in the base game, so they're not easy to get. Is what it comes down to. But now at the end game, it's not too bad. Alright, let me check if I'm correct about this. Yeah, I can break the back, you can break the head. But yeah, it doesn't tell you that it's breakable twice. It just doesn't tell you that stuff. So, yeah. That's something that I kind of disagree with. Oh, I don't have the... I don't have enough information, so I guess we'll never know. Oh no! Anyway. You can look it up yourself. Let's take a look, shall we? I doubt there is a Jan Garuga weapon. I'll also still need to find Lunastra out in the Guiding Lands at some point. That's one other thing, that's right. I almost forgot about him. I wish I could forget about him, honestly, because I don't like that monster. Okay, nope. No weapon. Let's take a look at the armor, though. He has no set bonus. Gives crit eye, resentment, earplugs, critical eye. More earplugs. Resentment, poison attack. And more critical eye and piercing shots. So it seems to just be mainly crit. Crit and earplugs. If you're wondering, I'm not sure about the Oracle, but I do know about the Scratch Shell. The Scratch Shell is the tempered material. So, in case you were wondering. So I guess this would be one of the better sets if you want to go for earplugs, but yeah, those decoration slots make me depressed. So no. And it looks kind of crazy. It looks as what I would expect for it to look like, honestly. I don't think there's any other charm available after that right now. Okay. Alright, cool. Next. Armor set number 12. The Berioth sets. Let's take a gander, shall we? Because I think next up we're going to be fighting Brute Tigrex. Which is a monster that does have a weapon for me. What are these like? That's just arena stuff. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I did, like, with grinding this stuff, I did some of the side quests. Not all of them, because I didn't want to be bothered with doing all of these, honestly. Especially because Master Rank, like, hunts just take a while. I don't know, I just didn't feel the point to doing it. That's just kind of the way it is with me. If it doesn't feel right, then I probably won't do it. Where are you? There we go, yep. We are going to be fighting Brute Tigrex next. These three monsters, Brute Tigrex, Silver Rathalos, and Gold Rathian, are only available after you have reached Master Rank 70 and done a quest where you fight a Tempered Brachydios and a Tempered Galavanus. And it would only normally spawn in the Guiding Lands at the level that you would unlock at 70, which I think is 6. So, there we go. Now you have all of the information if you somehow are like me and you don't want to fight them in their event version. Which is what I originally did. Because I'm crazy. Which is not too big of a surprise for anybody who's been here longer than today. Right, I have only fought this monster once. Because I never really needed any of his materials. And I remember it being a pain in the ass to fight. But also, you know, you saw me fight normal Tigrex, so I think you can hazard a guess as to how this is gonna go. Although Brute Tigrex does fight quite differently from normal Tigrex. In case you're wondering. Also, I'm starting to create a massive disdain for fucking Vespoids. I knew they were annoying, sure, but like I didn't expect them to be as bad as they are, honestly. Anyway, let me go and just anger this guy. Alright. So this guy, oh boy. So it's Tigrex, but this time he's actually making use of his, you know, sonic roar that he has. Nope, fair part time. But we'll see more about what he does when we actually, you know, start to get into a proper fight with him. When there isn't another bitch in the way. Let me go and see if I can get a piece of slinger ammo now. There should be one around here. Oh, there it is. I'll wait for these two fuckers to stop roaring at one another. No. Yeah, it's an ogre. No, it's an ogre. This is an ogre! No, your boy is disengaging. And he's going to an area that I actually really like, so... Although I do like it more when they go there when they're angry, because then I can really, really, really make a good use of that area. I think... Oh, they got angry. Well... let me just go into my... freaking camel mantle over here. Gonna make Dota Gamma run away. So I don't want to deal with him. Oh, you piece of shit. Oh. They hit me out of my camouflage. By sheer stupid luck. Come on, buddy, get over here already, Jesus. I already shot shit at Doragamo, I don't know why he's not leaving. I mean, he is leaving now, when it's too fucking late. Can you get underneath this dang pillar? I think this should suffice. There we go. I think the weaknesses of this guy are similar to what they are in the normal version of him. Okay, now can I do something? Can I please finish my TCS? No, I can't. I think I'm also gonna have to start learning that I cannot always do a TCS. As much as I wish I could, I don't think I can always get away with doing a TCS. There's just gonna be moments where I'm gonna have to focus on doing single strikes, and that's where like the draw... I feel like the draw builds would come in handy at that point. Especially for a weapon that's as heavy as this and like as kind of restrictive in that way. Nice. Fucking rocks. Oh, fuck you, dude. I remembered something like it, I just didn't put two and two together there. Oh, I thought rocks were gonna go instead. It's flying to me. Let me see if I can tenderize here. I don't win. No. What am I expecting, huh? I need to stun this guy if I want to do that. Which I can do if I wall bang him. But then he's immediately gonna get angry. Can you please come away, bro? What is your problem, Doragamo? People always talking about like, oh, don't kill Doragamo, please don't kill Doragamo. I'm like, why though? Doragamo is almost as much of a piece of shit as anything else in this fucking game. Why should I be merciful to Doragamo just because it looks cute? Nuh-uh. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense for gamers to say that because they're all fucking simps. I see how it is. I see through your blatant, what's the word? Fuck. Your blatancy. No, whatever. I can't think of it. Argument destroyed by myself. You know what, I guess that's fine. Would have liked to hit his other thing, though. God dang it, man. What is it with these enemies and just, like, getting barely out of my range every fucking time? This really is just... Well, I feel like this is the Monster Hunter experience in general, though. It's not only Greatsword. But Greatsword does suffer from it pretty badly. I'm not gonna lie. Because usually makes me miss, like, a TCS. He's just spamming that roar. I mean, it is basically his entire identity. It's what differentiates him from normal Tigrex. Is the fact that he actually utilizes the power of his roar. So even if you have earplugs, you will still take damage from one of them because it still just does damage like that. No, I got stunned. But I do have almost stun immunity, so it's like reduced by 90% or whatever. Fuck, I rolled too early. Man. Tigrex, oh Tigrex. Oh cool, he went to where Dodogama is. For some kind of reason these two are inseparable. It would be nice if they actually had like a turf war or something, you know. Something that actually benefit me. As opposed to them just getting into each other's way. And boring all the time too. Nice. I am actually surprised, like, even though I'm a little bit scared, I'm looking forward to fighting Alatreon and Fatalis, because I want to give it an honest attempt. I want to seriously try this time, because I didn't seriously try last time, because I was already tired of the game by then. I just got, well, I got burned out is one thing. That's definitely an understatement. But yeah, I definitely got burned out last time I was playing. My own fault, mind you, but well, yeah. When isn't it my own fault? Did I? Which one is broken? Are they both broken? Oh, it looks like they're both broken, okay. Can I take your cap? All your tail are belong to us. Okay, something else broke. I have no idea what though. It may have been the head again. I have no freaking clue. That, or maybe it was one of the wings that I barely didn't break and I just didn't see it properly. Could very well be the case. God damn it. God damn. Okay, you cheeky bitch. I also haven't mounted this guy yet, so we go and stun him through that and see if I can get him out. Nope. Now when he decides to move a centimeter backward. Such a big blade, but I keep missing by centimeters. That could be worse, 3 millimeters. Rip those guys. Their eardrums exploded. I probably won't have enough information about this guy either to be able to determine what is breakable and what isn't. But we can check this stuff out later too. Or I will forget about it, which is most likely going to be the case. There we go. I'm going to utilize this. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna remove my cloak. Alright, buddy. Something tells me that you won't have much gas left, but I could be surprised. You'll probably have enough to, like, park me at least once. Man. That's the stun that lasted an eternity. Okay, I really thought that I wasn't gonna be able to avoid that. I didn't want to be there, and now yeah. At least he doesn't do the spin when he finishes his dashes. That's nice. He also fell asleep. His head isn't tenderized though, so maybe I should just go for the tail. You bitch. Don't you dare wake him up. I don't care if you fucking debuff me. Eat shit. Didn't hit my... Okay, and freaking... His tenderize is gone too, so whatever, man. At this point, whatever. Nah, he's not weakened yet. I actually have enough information about him. Surprisingly enough. As I usually tend to not have enough information. Let me go and, you know, don't forget about this fucking tail. Oh, hey, look, he went back to Dodogama. Who would have seen that one coming? Not me, that's for sure. Well, at least Dodogama left, so... Damn it. I missed. Roar! Roar XD. So. We're gonna tenderize his head. Is that, mate? I'm gonna tenderize his head. We're going to disappear. Unfortunately enough for me, T-Rex is even in the weakened state too quick for me. As he immediately ran. Look at this savage beast running away like a bitch. This is why I play Monster Hunter. It makes me feel like the alpha male. Wouldn't that be a funny way? That'd be pretty funny. If that is the reason why I would like Monster Hunter. My god, he's so fast. What the fuck? Bro is dying, and he is still faster than most monsters in the game. Well, it is very fast to run away, the little bitch. Sure, you're angry. What are you gonna do now, huh? Be angry at a ghost? Because you can technically not see me? Idiot. I do think that this guy is weak to ice, though. Which may have helped me out in this particular encounter. But the weird thing is, I've also heard that, like, apparently elemental damage is like invisible kinds of damage, and it's weird why it's, like, not visible. And it makes it a little more difficult to determine whether I'm doing better or not with my elemental upgrades or not. Because apparently the damage I'm seeing is only the raw damage and nothing more. Which is peculiar, but yeah, well, I have to take a look at that. Future. Look, I broke I broke the head and the claws, and what do I get? Scales! I love scales. Expert. Ooh, nice. I have a lot of expert tools at this point. It's kind of ridiculous, actually, how many of them I have. I'm so full of expert gems. They're overflowing.
Hello.
Gotta get my limited bounty stuff. They do give good stuff after all. Alright.
Want something making?
Alright, so now we have the Brute Tigrex weapon. So yeah, it looks like I can indeed get his skull. I figured I would. And I'm also gonna need more hard claws too. Which, you know, I would have gotten if, you know... Anyway. I feel like I have to sneeze too. Maybe. Yes, please. Hey! Ah, there we go. Mission complete. I'm gonna go and add this to the list. Add that to the list. Let me see if I can hard forge an ogre's jaw. Yeah, I can. Hell yes, brother. This is very wicked of you. Let's get this guy. And then I can get the accursed blade. Which has less sharpness, in theory. More negative crit. But also more damage. Okay. Cool. And I'm going to need to fight another. Insert this amount of brute Tigrex. I have no idea how many, but a couple. So this is the kind of stuff I will be getting off camera, for instance, you know. I think I'll also make a set off camera because, although actually it's the same as the Tigrex one, so I can just grab the Tigrex and just equip the a Cursed Blade instead. A Cursed Blade also doesn't have any slots, so it changes nothing. The only thing that changes is the color. Let's see, so now we're gonna have to go for a kind of black. What if I go for like a kind of a reddish black? Or like it's kind of like a brownish black. A little bit more sharpness. There we go. Right, and let's go and save this one. Call it Brute. Oh, you brute! Okay, so then we've got this set done, which means there's another number added to my list. Right, we get to run with number 35 for the next hunt, which is my Fulgur set. Fulgur range and yes. We're already an hour in. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting episode, isn't it? There's 3 more monsters to go. And they are all terrifying in their own right. A glance of silver. Silver Rathalos. Oh boy. Oh wait, we didn't even check the armor set. Whoopsie. It's actually pretty important to know too, because it's one of the things that I've been pretty busy with lately. Alright, it's gonna be right next to the T-Rex set. There we go. Free meal secret. That's funny. Wow. Gives you a predetermined chance of consuming a food or drink item for free. That is such a funny freaking skill. I mean, 75% chance to not use whatever item you use, in general, by the way. That's kind of crazy. It's got a lot of attack boost on it. A lot of attack boost, weakness exploit, health boost, and attack boost. Recovery up, weakness exploit, agitator, and weakness exploit. This is a... Holy fuck, this is a good set. Except for the slots. The slots are pretty bad, but the rest is fucking great. I mean, this honestly, like, this in and of itself is just perfect for my negative crit sets. Because it would have the maximum attack boost. But I don't like the recovery up too much. The health boost is fine, I guess, but like, kind of bottlenecks it a little bit. Oh well. I will see what I do with it either way. I'll see if I deem it worthy to be added to my collection of gear. Considering we still have, you know, 2 more monsters. Right. So here's a simple tip for when you're fighting Gold Rathian or Silver Rathalos. They are always in the last, and basically in Nergigante's nest. Which does mean getting tracks can be kind of a pain in the ass. So if you want to try and get investigations for these guys, that tends to be kind of a problem. At least it was for me, so. Not even sure if it's possible. I feel like it would be possible though. It seems weird for it to be impossible. But hey, you know, would be the first weird thing this game has done. Alright, hello, Silver Rathalos. Alright, the metal monsters, as you can call them, have a specific mechanic to them. And that is their head. So the head is really hard. Like, in general, their skin is pretty hard, as you would expect from, you know, a monster that is coated in a metal, basically. But, the head is really important to break as fast as you can. because there is a certain mode basically that both of these that both Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos can go into. That will empower their flames and their attacks via crap load. As a result, you want to, you know, keep them out of that. Because you're not going to be in a good place if you cannot keep them out of that. Yet again, this is the Azure Rathalos experience. Now, Silver Rathalos is basically Azure Rathalos, but then more difficult to deal with. He does the same moveset, so... Although, maybe not actually. They have a slightly different moveset then. I don't know the weaknesses of these guys. They're probably weak to Dragon, just like they usually are. I thought they would be weak to Lightning too, but... does not seem to be the case. Because I'm doing no freaking damage to the head. Is that, or maybe it's my sharpness. Even though I am tenderizing it, until the moment that you break the head is extremely tough, so... I suppose you probably won't be doing a lot of damage to it to begin with. I missed. Fuck. Balls. Okay. This is kind of awkward. You can do a lot of like the damage to a part when you have tenderized it, and then wall bang or knocking down a monster from the sky. I'm going to get fucking shot by a fireball. No? Oh. Oh, wow, huh? Why did he do that? Oh, he fell asleep. That's perfect. Nice. What's less perfect though is that I think my tenderize ran out. Yep. Sure as heck did. Let me go and heal too. Okay, yeah, this is not gonna be great, but let me just go and clutch claw into his head and tenderize it. Whilst I can. Damn, I was hoping that would be like a normal hit. That I could just tank. That is a new one though, that spin. I don't recognize that spin. Please let me break your head. Oh boy, there we go. Here's the thing I warned you guys about. That's the wrong thing to do, whatever. Unfortunately, and that's one thing that I find really annoying about this arena, and the fact that you can only really fight them in here, is the fact that there's no slinger ammo around here. So unless if you want to... I mean, if you want to get slinger ammo on a more... what's the word? On a more reliable way, you would have to get the Clutch Claw up skill. And that skill is a pain in the ass to get, so nah, thank you. It could also very well be that while they are in this fire mode, that their head is weaker. That could very well be a thing, though, too, by the way. Once again, this is another one of those monsters that I've not fought that many times to really know a lot of details about, so... The only thing I know is if you can do enough damage to the head when they're in this mode, you will knock them out of it, and they will stay stunned for a while. There we go, it's broken finally. Finally! Nice. Oh. Okay, they did not get stunned for a long time, but you can just knock them out of it. Okay. Ow. Fucking hell. Nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no. Freaking cat. Are you serious? That item disappeared? I ran over it and noticed that item was there, and then it immediately disappeared. That was just mean game. You motherfucker. Why were you so weird? He moved in a very weird way, which confused me. He's also... Okay. Is that normally what you do, my good sir? Is that how you normally work? Because I think that's definitely one of the first times that I've seen Rathalos actually do a move that finishes me off when he's not, like when he's throwing me away. I was thinking about shooting a flashball for a second too, but I was like, nah, I'll be good. He won't hit me, surely not. Joke's on me, he hit me. Which resulted in my untimely demise. Since these monsters are fairly strong. And I still have not upgraded any of my armor. In terms of like actually like upgraded with the armor, with the a lot of armor spheres that I have. I probably should have picked up a piece of slinger ammo now I'm thinking about it. I'm going not floor him, I guess. Floor him. That's gonna work on that tail. In terms of stuff you can break off of this guy, it's the same as with any other Rathalos / Rathian. Cut off the tail, you can break the wings, you can break the back, and you can break the face. That's it. At least I'm fairly certain that's it. God dang it, man. Okay, so apparently he has like a quicker version of that now. Where he doesn't go into the air, but still does it anyway. I don't wonder if he'll have like issues flying if you can break his wings. Like in his normal version. I would think so, honestly. I find it weird if it wasn't like that. Can you please like move away from this spot though? Because those rocks are annoying. Unless if they knock you down, that'd be nice. But yeah, they do tend to knock me down. They knock me down more than you down. And that's bad. He has become tired. God damn it, of course you start running when I get my TCS. Why? Why are you all like this? Why can't you let me enjoy my TCS? That's right on the body, but yeah. Body is not tenderized, and I don't even think I can tenderize it. Oh no. You know what? Planned. Let me go and heal up there, because yeah, he's definitely gonna stop being confused now. Let's go and get that M4 going. Nice. No more tail for you. Aha. Tailless. Oh, I should probably stop laughing now, huh? Although I do have his head broken, so should in theory not be too difficult for me to knock him out of it. With the emphasis on in theory. I mean, it would be an issue if he keeps turning around. Ah, the roar, of course. The roar. Wow. Hello? I haven't even gotten up yet, buddy. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. This guy actually utilizes. Oh, fuck you, man. I'm stunned, of course I am. I do not have any form of stun immunity on this set, so just go and use one of these. Bruh. So what I've learned right now is that when Silver Rathalos gets his flames, he becomes Azure Rathalos. That is what I have learned today. What the fuck? Okay, cool. He's falling asleep. Let's just say that was entirely according to plan. I feel like that'd be a pretty good idea to claim that. Well, I can try to hit a TCS, but I really suck at hitting these, so... Okay, sure. I hit a crystal in front of him, that's right. I forgot that this fucking game and every area and every piece of fucking fauna in this game hates me. Every piece of flora, fauna, the fucking ground, like... literally everything. I'm dead, dude. How am I not dead? The stuns be coming in hot, huh? Are you serious? Alright. He's technically, you know, in a situation where I can knock him out of the air. So let's go and do that. And hopefully do enough damage to his head so that he stops being in this mode. Instead, I made him angry. Yay. Oh, nice. Okay, I knocked him out of it. Awesome. Okay, he's still angry though, so it's not like it's a Noga situation. So he does remain, like, he does retain his anger when he loses his different form. Also, yeah, I don't have any white sharpness on this weapon. That makes sense that I would not have the greatest time breaking the face of this guy if I didn't have that. Did I break his head again? Is that a thing you can do? I don't remember. No, I broke his freaking back. What the heck? I guess his I guess his back took a lot of damage from the other hits. From the slingshots. So now it's been a while since I mounted you, so I should be able to mount you again sometime soon. Rathy, let me smash. My god, that broken back was nasty. It looks gnarly. So my camera is vibrating in a very weird way. Welcome to the viburnation. Yeah, sure, the viburnation. The Vibe Nation. God, that'd be such a fucking stupid ass name for like a channel or something. The Vibe Nation. Just calling anything a nation is just like ruined by the internet. I love hitting my fucking TCS on his armored back. Also, God's sake, I'm getting my ass kicked. Getting my ass kicked. I think yeah, both wings are broken actually. I don't know when the other one broke. Oh, he's tired. Time for me to do a little dance in front of him while I figure out how to fucking get a TCS. You know what, whatever. The feet seem to be a weak point too, so that's nice. My god, that little bite does so much damage to me. Maybe I should really start upgrading my armors. I also should have probably thought about starting to capture at this point. Because, yeah, no, I didn't capture him. Which is not particularly great, sir. Oh well. Yo, shards, let's go. The Rapid Gleam over there is pretty important. That's basically like a... That's a gem equivalent item, I think, from these Rathian. From these rat creatures. It's in any case something you can trade with your Celestial Wyvern ticket, which I would not recommend doing. Because it does not seem worth it. I think it would be much better spent on something like, you know, a fucking Raging Brachydios reactor or an Elatrion mantle or whatever, you know. Just a lot of things, not this. Unless if you have an overabundance of those items. And if that's the case, then can you please give them to me? Well, she broke the head and the back. I also broke the wings, but apparently not. Maybe one of them wasn't broken. Because you probably need to like break both of them to get the reward from it. A lot of Wrath Gleam though, that's nice. And a mantle, I guess. Sure. Whatever, man. Another Fortune of Physique, it's not the best. But this armor set right here is probably going to be pretty dang important, because I think
You look well.
I look well. Have you seen me the last week? I mean, I guess compared to how I was last week, I do look well right now. Because I looked a lot worse. That's for damn sure. Alright, let's go and take a gander, shall we? So, I know that there is a weapon upgrade that can be gotten. So, there's another upgrade over here, by the way. I need to fight, I think, an Elder Dragon in the Guiding Lands to be able to get whatever bonus left for the Zora Magdaros weapon. Just FYI. Right, now where in the heck is my Raphael's blade? There it is. So we get the Raphael's Greatsword. Oh, we should look at that. The tail is a separate thing, and I got the fucking Raphael Gleam instead. I mean, I don't know the chance of that. And I don't care. I'm going to try not to think about that. Anyway, Slinger, Ammo, Secret, and True Elemental, a True Critical Element. That is apparently level 4. That's pretty shit. Balls. I thought it was the level 2 one. Oh, that kind of changes the game. In a negative way. Yeah, because Slinger Capacity is something that I actually really appreciated. But that is too much to invest in. Yeah, no. That's unfortunate. It looks very cool though. But it does have crit boost on it. It has some fire attack too, but whatever. I can get fire attack in different ways, but it has crit boost, which is already interesting. But it only has fire attack boost on the alpha set though, meaning I won't have any slots. So I guess the best thing would be this crit boost over here. But even then it only has 1 slot, which is not that great, so that is disappointing. Oh well. We're moving on to Gold Rathian. With set number 32, my fire set. Yippee. Fire will do very well against Gold Rathian for sure. It definitely won't do 0 damage. Oh well. The moon is a harsh queen. At least this thing has, you know, proper sharpness. At least that is something. Let's see. Yeah, it has quite sharpness, so. Doesn't have as much crit though, so. That is one thing I noticed though with a lot of the sets that I've made, is that like a lot of them tend to not have the crit anymore. Or not as much, even though it does have critical elements now, meaning that it can crit. Like meaning that if I get a crit, my elemental damage will also be multiplied, but... Is that a silver Raphaelos on my map? Ah, sure, okay. I was like, wait a minute, I did not sign up for silver Raphaelos and gold Rathian in the same area. There is a quest for that, by the way. I'm just not doing that one. Ever. Because that does not sound like fun. Because they will literally just be in the same room. There's no other way to go around it. And that sounds, like I said, the opposite of fun. Sounds like a good way for me to be depressed for a day. But I've already been depressed for a week. Come on, man. The golden scales. So like I said earlier, Gold Rathian has the same gimmick that the Silver Rifleos has. However, it does have a couple of different things going for it, of course, because it is still a Rathian and not a Rathalos. I mean, I guess I'll take your fucking footprints. Anyway, fight me, bitch. Let us yet again focus on getting that head broken, eh? Jesus Christ. Them some fireballs, bitch. Nice. Oh, come on. Yeah, she now has a run-up where she then does the freaking tail attack, by the way. I didn't refill my items. Well, this is going to be a problem, huh? I mean, I'm going to die at some point probably anyway, so... Wow. Nice range on that. Can I drink this before I die? Thank you. No, well, let's look at that. I think it's time for herbal medicine, because I cannot drink that shit fast enough. Get the fuck out of my inventory. Give me my herbal medicine. It's not as much, but in theory I shouldn't be getting hit as much as I am, so... Right, let's try that again. This time without a food buff. Let's go. Without a food buff, but this time with a filled inventory. Who will win? What will end up being more important in the end? What will be more important come the end? We'll see. I very well may just fail the quest though, because this monster is not easy. In case you hadn't noticed that quite yet. The amount of damage I'm taking from these guys. And considering the part that they're not tempered in any way, shape or form either. Wow, that is extremely quick. I feel like Rathian is actually more difficult than Azure Rathalos. No, not Azure, than Silver Rathalos. Oh dang it, Tenderizer overhead is gone. That's pretty shit. Oh, come on. I think Rathian is going to go for the tactic of I'm not going to allow you to do anything. Let's go ahead and utilize the wall bang to do some damage to the head. That one usually works pretty well. I really need this thing broken. I really do. Fucking missed. Oh, for the love of... I'm starting to notice the struggles a little bit with like not having fast food. Or speed eating, sorry. The struggles of life without fast food. I say that being a guy who, while I can appreciate fast food from time to time, I also usually don't like it. I definitely cannot eat it more than like once a week. And even then. If it's once a week, even then at some point I'll get tired of it pretty quickly. Which is pretty healthy. That's nice. What's less nice, however, is that the Rathian is now angry. No, you're gonna shoot a freaking nuke at me. How about you come over here so I can mount you? Thank you. Be at 3 AM. I wish. If only, dude, if only. Consensually, mind you. Not like this. This is not consensual. It's maybe an invasion of privacy, but it's not the... It's not the other kind of invasion. Nice here, good damage. I don't like those fireballs. Yeah, what the heck? Just fell over because of the freaking needles. What the hell? She just immediately turns around now? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, nice. That could have been my death, I think. Oh yeah, she just immediately turns around now, okay. I mean, it makes sense for, you know, the strongest Rathian to be... Oh, looks like she got knocked out of the, okay, I see. She got knocked out of the... What the fuck? That's not where I want it to be. Anyway, she got knocked out of her flame mode. By the fucking spikes? Either the spikes or my cat. Both of which would be surprising to me. In all fairness. Oh, flying monsters. May you never touch the ground again. Even though Rathian is extremely tame compared to, you know, some of the other ones. Not going to mention names, but, you know. When you know, you know. Should I really just start making a draw build so I can do like one tap and dip? Because this seems to be my future now. If I want to fight any of the monsters in the future. Oh, come on! Is that to stun me out of my healing, huh? We couldn't do that any other time. Okay, cool. Wow, okay. I would like to say that I didn't get hit by that. That I was out of that hitbox, but... something tells me that the game doesn't care. There we go. And terrorize the head again and knock her out of this mode, because I don't want to be in this mode. Now she's angry. Yay. I love it when she gets angry, when she's fucking on fire. I'm so surprised I didn't get hit there. Apparently that is kind of a sweet spot you can use. At least for that one, not for the other one. There is no freaking chill on this bitch. Which should really not come as much of a surprise. Oh, there goes the fire. We didn't start the fire, although I did press my control stick to go backwards. But the game disagreed and made me not be able to get my thing. It made me jump towards the head where the fire was instead of to the freaking tail where I was aiming my control stick at, but I guess that's not important. Can you fucking stop turning around? I care about one thing only, and it is your tail. God, you could take all of this out of context and make a great little video. Me talking about non-consensual mounting and talking about only wanting to see your tail. I apologize in advance. I'm making my apology video right now. To any Rathian sympathizers. It's fine though, it'll get worse when I use the gun less. Come on. Okay, nice. There comes that one, yep. Hello? You're just not gonna, like, stand still? Nope, you're not. Okay, there's only one. I thought it was going to be more. Ah, the rocks. Agitators went out. Okay, that's good. You motherfucking rocks. Got it. I think she's going to fall down there. Because she's EP. God dang it. Please, just let me cut off your tail. Becky, let me cut your tail. Wow, it's falling asleep. I think the tip of the tail, which is the weakest point of the tail, is unfortunately under the ground. So I don't really think I'm gonna be able to hit the tail with this wake up hit. I did hit the tail with a wake up hit. Nice. But not the tip though, which is unfortunate. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I see. Not enough to cut off the tail though. Mind you, I'm still fairly certain that the lightning was probably the weakness of the Rathalos earlier. It's probably the same for this Rathian, together with the, you know, the classic dragon weakness. No, 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 no. I knew that you were coming in with that one. I knew that one too, but I couldn't get out of it. Which is usually how it goes. Let me get the fuck out of that stinky hallway. I don't like it in there. She's gonna come running at me anyway, so why do I even chase her when she's always gonna run towards me anyway? Can I please cut off your fucking tail? I'm sick and tired of your damn tail. Mind you, I think from all of the Rathian in this game, this one would of course have the toughest tail to cut. Also considering the tail is one of its main weapons, makes sense that it would be this problematic. I'm going to fucking die. What a shit show. Who would have expected Pink Rathian to be more difficult than Azure Rathian? I keep on wanting to call him Azure Rathalos, but no, it's not really. It's not really him. Thank God it isn't really him. So surprisingly enough, a better version. Which I did not think was going to be the case. And which I definitely did not remember. In the meantime, I didn't really remember the Gold Rathian being as difficult as she is. I remember her being difficult, but I don't remember her being like this quite. Don't remember her being quite this nasty. I may not even cut off the tail at this point. Like at this rate, I may not even get to cut off the tail. Which would be the real disappointment, honestly. After all that effort. I'm gonna get my temporal on because she is definitely going to aggro onto me pretty quickly. God, I really don't want to focus on the fucking head, but I feel like I have to at this point. What even damaged me there? Was it the freaking rocks that took away? I think the rocks took away another one of my freaking temporal charges. Which is really stupid. Also, I'm in serious danger of failing right now. I should have probably put my cat on healing duty so I could get another free rest, but... oh, well, here we are now. Okay, knocked her out of the fire. Please. Let me have this. Okay, I did not knock her out of the fire. I thought I did. Hello, can I move? Okay, get the fuck away from there. No, I just broke something else. I think it's the back again. Yeah, I'll move this. You motherfucker. Stupid ass fucking rocks, I swear. I'm getting sick and tired of these fucking rocks. And I guess they are damaging her, but I don't even know what kind of damage they do, so... don't really know what the point is. I hate this here. Because I'm in actual serious danger. Just gonna dash towards me, yeah. A Rathia dashing towards you? Impossible. God damn it. Fuck you. Just had to be in that direction, not the other one. How in the fuck is that tail still on? Yet again, the rocks! They giveth and they taketh. Damn it. There we fucking go. Only took for fucking ever. Let's agitate the rest to run out. I mean, there's a wing that I mean, I may as well try to break a wing, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much if I can't break both of them. You know, if you ever think that Brute Tigrex, sorry, that like normal Tigrex is bad in terms of dashing towards you, you should send people over to this fight. If you ever hear anybody complain about that. Let them fight the freaking Gold Rathian. I'm not going to move, because that was going to kill me. If I actually took the damage from it. Thank you for fucking dying. If I had known that she was this low in health, but unfortunately there's not enough tracks in the freaking world to be able to tell you that. Whatever, man. We're free. Free falling. Did not manage to break the back, but I did break the head, and sorry, I didn't manage to break the wings, sorry. So I managed to break the head, the back, and cut off the tail, which is... Cutting off the tail is the real challenge. The rest seems to be fine, but yeah. Well, that was a mess. Alright, that leaves us with one more boy. One more dude. And then we are... Oh well, I'll be good to go and do some crazy stuff. Why am I getting... What the fuck? What in tarnation is this? Oh, that's funny. I didn't think about that. Let's see. Ah, yes. Another mantle, of course. That's what I always wanted. And another evasion jewel. That's funny. Alright. Yeah, there's all that stuff to do, but I'll do that after. Or you'll do that stuff off camera. I'm not using that weapon. It's trying to make me use the bear offset again, but I think we've gone past the bear off weapon. Let me check actually. I mean, it's actually not that bad. You know what? Let's go for it. It's actually not that bad. sorry, Barroth. I underestimated your game. Alright, let us fight ourselves. The Ruin and the Gigante. Or well, we will, after I check the Gold Rathian bit. Gonna get this going too. So I can immediately go out once I've checked. Mind you, I already know what the set bonus is for Gold Rathian. That is something a lot of people tend to use for Fatalis. To be precise, because Fatalis hits like a motherfucking truck. There's no Gold Rathian weapon, so I don't think there's anything I need to care about in terms of weapons. Yep. Right. There's just no Gold Rathian Greatsword. There are Gold Rathian weapons, but... Alright, so you get True Critical Status, and then Divine Blessing Secrets. Divine Blessing Secret is the thing that people tend to go for, because, yeah. Reduces damage by 60%, and skill becomes easier to activate as well. Which can be pretty good. Also, look at those fucking slots! Holy bejesus. Anyway, health boost, poison attack, divine blessing, resentment, poison attack, divine blessing again, health boost, weakness exploit, and spell shots. Damn. I mean, it just seems to be the best part, honestly. And it's also the thing that, well, actually, this also requires the sword spikes because of the level 3 divine blessing. But yeah, wow. I can definitely see why people think this is like why people use this for Fatalis. Because having that like 60% damage reduction be proccing relatively quickly, and only needing 2 pieces of gear from the Pink Rathian. I have no idea how many times I've almost said Pink Rathian. And not having the yeah, you know what I mean. Whatever, you understand. Anyway, that's a very good set. It's very useful for very specific situations, but it's also very defensive, so if you want to be defensive, go for it. If you don't care about being defensive, don't go for it. That's what I would say. But it depends on like the slots and the skills onto it and all that jazz. But I do want to try and stay on the offensive, honestly. If I can, I do want to like steer away from doing from going to defensive like I used to. Because going very defensively, while not being bad, it also restricts you, and there are encounters that require you to do a certain amount of damage. You can unfortunately not continuously go away, like keep getting away with being very beefy but not doing enough damage. Because there will be encounters that will require you to reach damage thresholds. Be it for a mechanic or for straight up beating the fight. Within the time limit that the game gives you. I'm definitely not talking about 2 freaking very specific encounters that I've already mentioned more than once. No more. Hello, Rune and Nergigante. I love Nergigante. And with this guy done, I can also finally get some of the things I want to get. Which will be the real win right there. Oh, hell yeah. Solid damage. He's gonna jump. And do whatever the fuck that was. I don't care though, because I've got my manpole. When it comes to the differences, by the way, between Ruiner and normal Nergigante, they're kind of trivial for the most part. One of the things that's like something I actually really like about Ruiner is that like his needles don't continuously regrow. So you basically can destroy the metal, like the the thing that now changes in any case is that like the pins or the needles turn from just normal stuff that you can break very easily to these iron ones that are not as easy to break, but when you've broken them, they do not recharge. So there's also basically no like proper dive bomb mechanic with the Ruiner, as opposed to normal. Which, you know, depending on who you ask, can be a good or bad thing, but to me, I like Ruiner a little bit more because I do like the idea of being able to break something and it stays broken. Although I do like knocking up the needles off of a Nergigante. But you still break them off in this form. Just, you know, not as much. Only once, really. By the way, when he does that particular thing, that's basically his equivalent to a dive bomb. He holds up like a certain arm in the air, and depending on that arm, you can basically see which direction he's going to attack. Which makes it a little bit easier to deal with than the dive bomb. I also have only fought this guy like once, maybe twice, so I do not know this guy at all. As a result, expect death. And I would say lots of it. Okay, maybe not lots of it, but definitely some of it. Yo, free meal proc! Let's go! For my freaking max potion, that's great actually. A part of me is really thinking about just going for the free meal thing and just having a lot of chances and just like having all the materials to get freaking to make max potions, like the max that I could make. That could be very fun. Because then I'd just, you know, have full healing available to me at almost all times. But then I would need to have 3 pieces of T-Rex armor. Well, not bad. Would be a little bit restricted. Is my sharpness not good enough to damage his head? I mean, it very well could be. Nice. I broke something. Ow. Oh, I broke the needles on his head. Okay. Da, da, da. Surely I can stay onto him when he does this, right? Nope. Why would I? What are you even asking? For the Clutch Claw to be not shit? He says knowing full well that it's really not that bad. It's bad. Just, you know. It's not unplayable kind of bad. If anything. That's not much of a consolation, though. God dang it. Wow, okay. Nope. Okay. I don't like you looking at me like that. Here come more spikes. Yep. I'm going to die. Uh-oh. No, I'm not. Maybe. Oh my god. Okay, that's on that side, so I'm safe over here. Jesus Christ. You know, I should not have underestimated this guy. Because he is definitely very dangerous. Although I still find it very unnecessary that you have to get to master rank 100 to fight this guy, but whatever. He still has black spikes though. I guess you have to go for like the side that has the metal spikes in it. Nice miss. Fucking well. No, come on! Don't you dare move out of the way. Thank you. They also get angry. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that. An immortal shard. This thing is basically immortal now, honestly. I do wonder how it works though, because like Nergigante clearly died. But I guess Chargevald also like almost clearly died in the battle at the end of the game. So I'm a little bit confused still how Nergigante works and Ruiner too. Because they do like in a lot of ways seem freaking like unkillable. How did I miss that? What? Why are you walking forward, huh? Who gave you that order? Who gave that damn order? Look, Morag. Best thing about Xenoblade 2 is Morag. And Zeke, I guess, too. I do like most of the characters in Xenoblade 2, though. Unfortunately, the main character is... Well, he's alright. He's just not the best main character. I mean, he is a main character, but... Yeah, not the best. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rex lovers. I mean, I liked what he became when he was older. That was really fun. But no, as a child, he was not particularly the best. Also, in general, just having your heroes be children. I mean, it's not even a child, but, you know, having your heroes be, like, teenagers in general is something that I'm not that big of a fan of. Nice. If he does that, by the way, it's the big one. Die upon no, okay, no, now he had the claw, okay. Sometimes he has like a form of it where he does like a slam with his head instead. And I like to call that the big one. What is he doing? I do not understand his movements. Damn it. Fuck, it's funny because like it took me the moment in my brain to process that I was gonna have to dodge and click the button was not fast enough. I was like, ah, fuck, I need to dodge. And I was like, well, press the button finger, and my finger's like, wait, no, I was still finishing. That sounds very bad. Whatever, man. We're gonna roll with it. God dang it. Bro, I thought you were made of stunner stuff. Oh. Oh, hello. I see you there, other claw that is now looking very vulnerable. Looking very cute and vulnerable. That is horrible. That is a nightmare. What am I doing in this episode? Somebody, please. Somebody please talk to me. Send me to jail or something. Come on, 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 come on. Why? Ugh. I'm out like roared stunned for a fucking half an hour. Or just get roar immunity, bro. Shut the fuck up. I refuse. Never again. Never again will I restrain myself like that. I fucking hate this. I like how I said, like, you know, the clutch claw isn't too bad. I fuck up anything with a clutch claw, I'm like, I fucking hate this thing. Cool. I have no fucking idea what's happening. For some kind of reason, he decided to be in a corner. What is he doing now? I'm really failing to understand what Nurigate's thought pattern is over here. I need to roll out of the way. Away, away! Hey, look, guys, I hit the weak point. I cannot believe it. I was too late with my charge now. What the fuck? I couldn't even. I couldn't even move. He's just beating up my cat over there, and now it's gonna beat up me. Fuck you, man. No, no, no. Let me go use this. Can I you have to be able to cut off his tail. But it seems to be very difficult. What the f- He just broke that himself and stunned himself. Nice one. No, 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 son of a... Some damage. I got stuck on a freaking ledge. I think there's metal spikes in here. Oh, I've already broken this one. There's another one that also has metal spikes in it now. Fucking hell, man. Why is he always in these cubby holes? I hate that. I hate that that hit me. Tails, man, I swear. The tails in this game are too damn long. Alright. Let's go and swap my cat to my healing, because I don't want to die at this point. And I'm actually thinking about it this time. He's already stolen enough anyway. The encounter has lasted long enough. To the point that my cat has definitely stolen enough stuff. Alright, there you go, Dante. Yeah, nah. That's not what I'm gonna do. No, 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 no. Into the wall! We're gonna break the other spikes on your other wings. Well, that's what the plan was, but it failed. Mission failed successfully. Okay. Did not expect for him to pull that out of his ass. Yay, healing. Spin! Okay, well, he's fallen. Alright, there goes his wings. He's gonna be angry now. Boy figures. Dun, 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 dun. Where am I? Okay, buddy. Jesus fucking Christ. What the? Okay. I love charging attacks in my video games. They always make me appreciate the ability to avoid attacks in other moments. Oh, whoops. Okay. Oh, Slinger Thorn. I thought it would only drop the bad stuff. The bad stuff. You know, dragon pots. Damn, I was hoping I could at least get a hit in. There we go, nice. Now let's see if I can actually hit this. Nice, awesome. And you should be close to death by now, dude. Everything is broken except your tail, which is also the toughest part of your body, apparently. Considering he's not going to sleep, I presume that he is not yet vacant. Ah, there we go. He's just he's just hungry, it's fine. Surely I can get away with this, right? Oh yeah. Okay, I in fact did not get away with it, really. Realistically, didn't get away with it. You motherfucker, you just immediately turn around. You see, I'm going to give you no time to react. It's just like Arch-Tempered freaking... Just like Arch-Tempered no Uganda. That guy really is just a... That guy just, like, immediately punches you all the time. I mean, like, the thing is, he punishes you in a way where you can't even really predict it. He's just like, here, get punished. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't see that. Or sometimes you do see it coming, but you can't really do anything about it. And then it's like, well, eat shit. I'm not doing any proper damage to this tail. Oh, he turned around, okay. I thought you were going to sleep and I could just keep, like, doing a little bit more damage to you. That is funny. But hey, look, his spikes are off of his tail, so I can now do proper damage to his tail. That's nice. Piercing paw, nice. Actual good ammo. Stop being angry. Stop being angry, just die. It's an easy solution to all your problems. There you go. Everything is broken. I broke all of the individual pieces. That hat, their metal spikes are growing. I cut off the tail, broke both the horns. Everything is broken on this guy. He has nothing left. Except his life, I suppose. Which is the last thing I will take. Yeah, boy. He will have nothing left. And then it's back to the grinding table. Oh, they're just lying over here? Oh, nice. When I just lie here, would you lie with me? And just forget the world. I mean, I don't really think it's gonna matter too much. You motherfucker. Not a fucking second, huh? No. Angry too, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Tactics, baby. There he goes. Now with that, every monster in the base game, I think in any case this was all in the base game, because it's like all master rank 100. They're all dead. And now I just need, well, to make all the stuff that they would give me. Well, with all the stuff I mean the weapons. The rest is to be decided, whether or not it is worth it. Yeah. And I've also got the evade charm to upgrade. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get it to the final level, but I just want it to be like on the 4th level. The final level, like a 4th level is pretty good, the final level would be even better, but I'll have to see what is required for that. Because it could very well require stuff from like Arch-Tempered Volcano or whatever. And let's just say that that is something that I would rather not subject myself to. Considering the fact that I tried it before and it seems very difficult. And no. That's all I can say, just nah, I'm good. Ancient Phase Stone. Annihilating Great Horn. Another line there, Annihilating Great Horn. It's just all of them, everything's broken. This poor Nergigante got his fucking ass rocked. Stone Thrower and attack again. Wow. Well, I like Stone Thrower, and attack is good too, but I just don't have the space a lot of the time. Now we're at level 7, so we can get Tempered Elder Dragons. And I also get a removal on my Master Rank cap, which is now 128. 120. What does she have to say, huh? Oh, this is all the people being like, "You did it! You're such a cool guy." I'm like, "Thank you, I know, right?" Let me go and get these out of the way. Why am I doing this? This is still an episode. I could do all this shit off camera. What? Did you really just say that?
Not bad.
Alright, there we go. There are still other quests, by the way, in terms of stuff for, like... There's still other quests in terms of something that I can't think of at the moment. Fuck. My brain broke. There are still other quests you can unlock by increasing your master rank even further, but I don't care about those. Those usually improve your stuff. Your mantles and stuff. Alright. We now have... where are you? There it is. We can now make... Well, we would if I get this final thing. We can make the Ruinous Atrocity. Oh, an atrocity! But you know, like, this is one of those weapons where I think, like, is it even really worth it to go for elemental damage, you know? When the elemental damage is so low. And it seems to be so focused on physical damage. I'm just thinking, like, is it even really worth it for me to go for that? Because I really don't think so. Anyway, it's going on the list regardless. It's going on my shit list. No new charms, figures. Alright, Ruiner Nergi. Hasten Recovery. Regenerates your health as you continuously attack a monster. Recovery varies by weapon, yep. Maximum Might. Stamina Surge. More Stamina Surge and Maximum Might. Agitator and Attack Boost. Wow. That's pretty good. Slots are not as great, but that's fine. Attack Boost and Earplugs. That's pretty good too. That's some pretty good shit. But it also totally depends on like so many different things. You guys have no idea how stuck I am currently in like what I want to do and what I think is best. Because if I improve my crit damage... Wait, because if I just have normal critical boost, it only boosts my damage of that crit. Otherwise, I would need to have the specific elemental crit boost, which would then increase the elemental damage. But it would only really be applicable in a situation where a monster is weak to an element. Because if it's not weak to an element, then it just doesn't take any damage from that element. And I think, depending on the stars, it like increases the amount. I hate the fact that this is not properly shown to you in the game. I wish there was a way that I could see it. Although I may be able to see it actually. It may actually be a thing combined with my like overall damage that I see flying around. If anybody's watching this and they know, they will probably tell me, and then I will know it in the next playthrough, because this is already looking like an entire playthrough that's going to be recorded in advance, because I have a tendency to do that. Going back to my old ways, baby. Right, I'm unsure what I want to do with this stuff, because this requires a lot of grinding. And then I would lose out on the blight resistance that I got on this. But instead I would get a lot of attack boost, so... What is my attack boost? Like, what would it even, like, give me? Because it would give me attack boost level 3, and it would increase my damage by 10. What is on this thing that I have currently? A single attack boost, probably? Oh, wait, do I already have max attack boost? Oh, that's why. Okay. So yeah, I won't really, like... It'll only increase my attack by 10. So I've already got a max attack boost on this set, which is negative crit. This is a negative crit set that doesn't have an element. So that means we go all attack, basically. Or at least that's what I've been doing. Whether that is the correct choice or not is neither here nor there. Somebody will probably know better than I do. I don't really care too much about, you know, the meta of any kind, so... If you do try to educate me, I will know and I will learn it by the next, like, by the time that I have released this, and by the time I read it. Which will probably be a while. There's one more thing I need to do off camera too, which is just something that I'm going to be doing off camera, I think. I don't think you guys need to see that either. And that is fight Lunastra in Master Rank. Lunastra and Master Rank I think is the same as normal Lunastra. If it isn't, then by the next time I will explain what I've, you know, encountered. But that is the one monster left in Master Rank that I still need to beat and find. And then we have dealt with every single monster. In terms of the gear that is in the... like, that I can make with all of these new boys that I fought, I don't think any of them really... like, I don't think any of them will really improve the problem that I was facing. The biggest problem I was facing, basically, is getting crit element. Because if I get crit element, I will debuff myself in another way. That's kind of the way of it. Crit element has just been kind of like a bottleneck in terms of like making different gear. So I'm a little bit unsure what I should be doing. Although part of me thinks that I should just keep going with what I've got. And... like, there's a part of me also just thinking about fucking ditching crit element. That is one thing that I'm seriously debating. Because it is a serious freaking bottleneck in my builds. I'm gonna do some research about this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this very long, probably, episode of Fred Science where we are playing Monster Hunter World. And in the next episode, we are going to go... Well, by the next episode, I will have gotten my evasion charm upgraded, at least by 1 level. Maybe the 2nd level, depending on what is required for that 2nd level. I will have all of the materials for the stuff that needs to be upgraded still. And then we will also have... I mean, I'll also probably have, like, some build change, probably. Depending on, like, it's either going to be a build change, or it's going to be no build change at all. But it totally depends on what I find online about crit element. I know that it actually does boost the damage, but I want to know if it is truly worth it or not. Because it is such a bottleneck right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't care too much, but since it ruins a lot of the other builds and my potential to improve the quality in general of hunting with those builds, then I will definitely ditch the crit element. Anyway, goodbye.